Step one would be to remove the passenger and the driver's side access panel. So we're just going to pull these out. Easy as that. Get rid of them. And now we're looking for a nut to remove that's going to be inside there. Next, using a trim removal tool, we're going to remove this plastic cover. For the bolts, we'll need the T30 Torx socket or bid. Gotta be careful with the taillight. We definitely don't want it to fall, so I'm just gonna hold it with one hand and remove these bolts. Something's holding it in place over there. Oh, there it is. And now I'm gonna unplug the electrical plug. Before we move to the other side, we have to remove this 8mm screw right here. Driver's side removed as well. Next, we're going to have to remove the two screws that are hidden behind the rear wheel well trim just right here. So what we have to do is use one of these tools once again, trim removal tools, and kind of manipulate it until it comes out. There's about 3 clips in here. There it is. Okay, and that one came out more or less on its own. What I want to do now is put some painter's tape on this trim piece. That way when I move it around, it doesn't rub against the paint, the other clear coat, and ruin the paint on the car. And now we can remove these little screws. The next set of screws that we have to get access to is behind the rear reflector here. So there's one on each side. You want to start on this side closest to the middle, as there is a hook of sorts on the actual reflector, and you will probably break it if you start there. So we're gonna just trim it out, and there you go. This is the one I'm talking about. You don't want to break this while trying to remove this. And then you're going to remove the screw that's in there. Next, we're going to remove 24 screws from underneath the bumper here. Everything that's basically holding the bumper and the fascia and everything else in place. It's 8mm in most places. I believe almost everywhere. Unless I find some other ones, I'll let you know. It's nice that the X7 is so tall. I can just do this without putting the car on a lift or jack stands or anything. I think that's it. Self removal, nice. And now the hardest part, we have to remove the bumper cover without, well, damaging it and everything else. So wish me luck. There's a few clips to have to get to while removing it. So it's gonna be a little bit difficult doing it by myself, but I think I can handle it without hopefully breaking too many of them or any of them. Okay, that's coming out pretty easy actually. Grab the bumper cover, go nice and slow. Probably a good idea to put more tape on the body here. Let's see, there it is. Oh, that's coming out. That should come out from under the car. Grab the bumper. And there it is. So the reason I have these buckets here is because we have a few clips that need to be detached now. Here's the one I detached from the kick panel. There it is. And here is our PDC sensors. And there you have it. The bumper is now removed. And now onto the hardest part. We have to reinstall the bumper cover. So I'm going to try to be as careful as possible, but kind of try to hang it off of this metal part. That's where it was hanging on before. And try not to scratch anything else. So got that kind of sort of in place. Very important that we get these 4 clipped in under this hatch. Otherwise the bumper is not going to align properly. Also, before we push this side all the way in, there is the sensor plug, which is probably a good idea to do now. Hold it like that and we can plug it back in. So obviously it's a good idea to check the alignment of the panels at this point before we put any screws in, and we can adjust it up and down just a little bit as we are screwing it in. Now we can start putting all the pieces back, all the plastic pieces, heat shields and everything else. Now I can reattach the kick panel here. So I can do it from the front here because I removed this little bumper cover. Clicked in. Well, I think that's all of the screws. Mistakes were made. I'm not supposed to put these screws in until I put this in. I think we're officially done.